Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about flower essence templates, your very personal ones that you can utilize to promote your own self-healing. Thoth encouraged me to bring this forward to you at this time. But before we get to that, I wish to create sort of an overview of information I've probably discussed in other videos, but this is a very short synopsis to kind of bring you up to speed to understand where we're going with this, because these aren't just any flower essences. These are flowers from the sacred hollow of the planet. And the difference between those and what's on the surface is very important. The reason Thoth wishes to bring this forward more is because these essences from the inner earth, from the sacred hollow, the nature kingdom, bringing them into the reality, the dimension of our surface earth world, and allowing individuals to integrate with them, interact with them, and heal themselves through that connection, he feels is really important for the whole planetary integration with what the hollow earth has to offer us, and the individuals, the people of the hollow earth have to offer us. Now, I have given, the water essences and other things coming from the inner earth, but these were generalized and they're good. But here we're going to go into understanding how you can use them in a very specific signature for yourselves. So let us begin with this overview. So here are the keynotes. I asked the Thoth Stream database to help me organize it. In the aura healing garden of Subterranea, the sacred hollow earth, physicians use plants to attune to patients' auras and address imbalances. Flowers are considered the emotion of the plant kingdom, expressing the full range of emotions for the rooted ones. Specific flowers are believed to affect particular emotional wavelengths due to their unique vibratory frequencies of emotional purity. Patients are guided to bond with certain flowers to clear emotional conditions, allowing the loving essence of the flowers to bathe their emotional body. Etheric healing with flower essences was a practice in ancient Mu, or Lemuria, Atlantis, and Egypt. Many of these specific flowers, once present in these ancient cultures, no longer exist physically on Earth's surface. The flora and fauna of the inner hollow earth are meticulously maintained by high-order Devas, or nature spirits of Earth, through a vital flow of communication and rapport with the human population of the interior world. Two key factors for maintaining this realm are its fragile, limited ecosphere and the universal vegetarian existence of all humans and wildlife inhabitants. The high-order nature devas enact control over plant propagation, often working through the great medicine societies of the Central Earth to create a harmonious exchange with nature and manage growth and temperature. The interior peoples regard their terra firma as sacred ether, never neglecting or abusing it. The scale of all living things in the central hollow is larger than on the surface, attributed to increased ether contact and a more rapid stimulus of atomic structure closer to the planet's core. The environment is rich in oxygen and negative ions, fostering vitality and longevity with thick mineral-laden soils and pure spring water. Vegetation grows abundantly, but without battling or crowding for space. Trees are not so dense as to block light on the forest floor, Life thrives in controlled symmetry due to the commanding presence of the high nature Devas. The nature logos, who are the spirits of highest nature origin, send a sonic signal, urantha, through the earth, which modifies the DNA helixes of species, guiding natural adaptations. This dynamic is overlighted by the Abrihon, or Kachina creation lords. The surface Earth is under this guidance as well. However, it has been severely diminished due to the erosion of mass consciousness. Our technology also impedes the natural connection. The Aura Healing Garden of the Hollow Earth is a special garden sanctuary for flora of earthly perfection vibrates. Inner Earth physicians attune these plants to their patients' auras to address imbalances. This garden is recognized, healing is the recognized healing center in the Hollow Earth, providing treatment often through astral or mental projection and occasionally for surface patients. The plant kingdom, vibrating at rare ether frequencies, is crucial for transferring basic light nutrients throughout the planetary life wave, preventing matter's entropy from consuming life. This does not entirely prevent entropy, i.e. the breaking down of matter, but it qualifies the nature of it so that it becomes more of a solvent than a putrefaction. Plants on Earth radiate from the disintegrating energy fields of once living beings, reabsorbing and redirecting these bioenergies through the flora spectrum back into the Earth's living pulse. All flora contains a cosmic atom that is stimulated and sustained by the positive thought of human souls. When stimulated by love, these cosmic atoms release a charge of mist that forms a cloud of light, visible around pure-hearted individuals. Humans are entrusted with dominion over the distribution of spirit through the earth, a duty that has become diminished but must be reclaimed to unify Earth's spirit through its many hollows. In summary, inner Earth flora, from delicate flowers to majestic trees, are not merely botanical elements, but highly evolved, conscious beings that play critical roles in healing, spiritual evolution, environmental regulation, and maintaining the energetic balance of the planet. That concludes the summary, but I do wish to state that's true for the flora and fauna of the surface Earth as well, but within the interior, it is so much more pronounced and balanced. So now, let us look at these flower essence elixirs, overlighted by Thoth, from the hollow inner Earth, from the Aura Healing Garden within that realm. Many of you are familiar with my templates, which are overlighted by Thoth, and the ones for the water and the color and various things. However, for those who may not be familiar with them, I'm just going to go over it a bit here. Energy art templates form morphogenetic fields in the auric body and radiate intentional resonance, triggering specific neural circuitry. Actually, the templates themselves, the frequency, as with the law of frequency in general, is not healing you. It is instructing you. It's instructing the body where it needs to balance itself, and the body, being an intelligent resource, does just that, or at least to the degree that the mental, emotional body allows it to do so. So it's important to get into a state of, as best you can, of clarity and intention when applying these templates. And that would run true of all these kinds of templates, whether I create them or someone else does. So now specifically, about the flower essence templates. I chose to create them visually as in elixir bottles. And Thoth encouraged me to do this because he wanted to stress that the frequencies he is integrating into these templates are of an elixir quality. They are connecting to your water body. And they've already been created as a solvency. So there is that perfect interface. So when I create an elixir for you, first you need to contact me and tell me in your own words exactly what you want it for. In other words, you might say, well, I'm having some emotional difficulties. You don't have to go into what or how, or this, or I'm having, digestive problems, or maybe the whole gamut of things. Maybe you have several things going on for you. Or maybe you're just saying, I just don't feel like I'm connecting well enough to my spiritual body. I'm just giving examples, but you need to tell me what it's for. Because this template, this elixir, is going to be specifically for you, not Aunt Sarah. You don't want to send it to her. And it's going to be specifically for what you're requesting. Now, I know with the color wheel, the color combo, I've forgotten what I called it now, but it's up on my website. There's one size fits all. Well, it's for you. It's specifically for you. It's not one size fits all. I'm going to correct myself. But it is, in the sense, it can change when you change. The color wheel changes, so you don't have to keep getting other color wheels. But it is a specific for you. Now, with the flower essences, Thoth said, well, no, this is different. First of all, it's a living being that's integrating with you, not just a color frequency. And it needs to be fresh. It needs to be connected to you in a way that it is focusing on that. And it's not just going to shift to something else when the time is right. It needs to be a corrective influence until you feel that you no longer need that. Or maybe you continue it indefinitely. Or maybe you decide, well, I'm going to put this on the shelf for now, but I'd like SHA'MAIA and Thoth to create another one for me that has this focus with it. So these are so intensively specific that they can't just be, flow from one thing to another. However, that also means they're going to be very potent. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything here. I never do. I don't want to take myself and Thoth too seriously in this matter because we are human beings and we have our own regulatory systems and our emotional bodies, and it's complex, And I'm not claiming that these things are healing you. Believe me, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's focusing on your experience with your own body in these specific ways. And it has the potential to trigger the intelligence of your body to act where you're intending it to focus more specifically. To order an elixir template of these flower essences specifically for you, you need to send me an email. I don't have it up on my website at this time. And tell me exactly what you wish it to trigger in your healing body. You can make it brief, but just in a few sentences. I'm charging $45 only for one of these templates. I usually charge $55 to $75 for my personal art, but I just feel guided to do it for $45. And then I will create the template and send it to you. Now, the best way to use these templates is to print them off and place your oils, water, salves, creams, whatever that you're going to be putting in or on your body on the template and leave it at least 3 hours. And if you're continuing to use that same bottle of elixir, you're not going to make a big quart or something here. You want to make them in small portions. So you probably don't have to do it again. But I would say if you still have left over in that bottle after a week, I would recharge it. on the template. Now, probably the best thing to do is to not use just a little paper template, because that's going to deteriorate. I would go to those printing online things and get like a metal print of it to use. Of course, that's a little more expensive, but that's why I'm charging so little for the original template. You don't have to do that. You can print it off. And if you don't have a printer and you don't want to afford, to do that, to buy one on the web, you can stream it. But by that I mean you can put it on your phone or your tablet and display the image and put the elixir or whatever on top of that. And because that is streaming it, I would say you could leave it for 1 minute, but you need to do it again probably every 4 or 5 days if you're going to do it that way. And that's not the best way to do it. So if you can print it off, print it off. The best way to do it, if you think this is something you're going to be using for a while and it's not going to work overnight, you need to have something more durable printed on it, printed on something more durable. I will simply, when you order it from me, I will send you a link to a place I think you might be able to use. I'm not affiliated with it or anything, but it's a place that you could use for that. So anyway, let's take a look now. First, I want to say, remember, this is a process with your body. It's going to take a while. But as you go through the process, in a week or 2 or 3, if you feel you're really getting results, I would like to know. Please send me an email and let me know. This is all experimental, of course. It's adhered to the principles of frequency. And I believe in Thoth, and I believe he is incorporating this. But he's not telling me, oh, well, you just do this and all your problems will be solved, you'll be healed and everything will be wonderful. He's not saying that. This is a process. And he believes, and thus I believe, because I trust him, that it is viable. It's worth doing. But if it doesn't work for you, well, it doesn't work. So there goes the $45. So, but I feel good about this, and I'm going to try it myself. So let's see what happens. If you don't stretch the envelope and try something that you feel kind of resonant with, you're never going to know. The templates will be in a single bottle, as you're seeing here. However, I wish to conclude this video with some more of those images interspersed with a few others, just to give you a feeling of that frequency, along with a song that was created through my Thoth stream and Suno Music AI.
Down where the lantern rivers run, under the skin of the sun, we walk the garden breathing light, middle soil springs of white. Physicians listen with their hands to subtle hues the aura strands. They pair a heart with petals tone, till sorrow finds its way back home. And every bloom remembers you in colors that your soul once knew. They chord your name in living hues. Oh, flowers of the rooted ones, teach me your emotional tongues. Bathe my tides in nectar rains, lift the ache from old remains. Let your gentle frequencies Sing my sleeping waters deep. The air is sweet with thy own light. Trees grow wide, but don't fight. Forests breathe in open lines, a symmetry that Devas guide. Nature spirits keep the time. We keep faith, and they keep rhyme. Every leaf a shining wire, carrying Earth's humming choir. And somewhere in the hollow's heart, a tone called your anthem starts. It speaks the helix into heart. Oh, flowers of the rooted ones, teach me your emotional tongues. Bathe my tides in nectar rains, lift the ache from old remains. Let your gentle frequencies turn the key of what I keep. Oh, flowers of the rooted ones, sing my sleeping waters deep. Lemurian hands once caught this glow. Atlantean winds still move it slow. Egypt's night decants the dew. It senses the healers new. In Aura's garden, Eden clear. Petals lean and draw me near. Be love, they say, and let it through. The light that's always loving you. Whisper to my marrow, thread my shadow narrow, bond me to the bloom I need, cord my heart to cleaner seas. Oh, flowers of the rooted ones, teach me your emotional tongues. Bathe my tides in nectar rains, lift the ache from old remains. Let your frequencies of grace rewrite the map within this place. Oh, flowers of the rooted ones, sing my sleep.